Okay, first on say all praises, glory and honor to Yahweh, Hashem, El Shah, Hashem, Kakadash. We double on to us, person, teacher, great Muslim, if I learn the truth, don't say Shalom to the overlooks of Israel. Now, this is going to be a quick video, but just going to be centered on this little incident, which is a small representation of the overall sentiment of so-called black men and just people in general. You know, because Americans in general really don't like black women. They don't like black people, but they don't like black women either. And you see a lot of these black women, you know, being assholes, you know, crashing out in the stores and whatnot. And you see a lot of young niggas doing the same thing. But where does that stem from? That stems from them being raised by their mother, by their emotional bitch-ass mother, and they end up to be emotional bitch-ass niggas who end up crashing out, fucking, you know, doing all types of crazy shit because they have no self-control. But once again, it all goes back to them, their mothers, not choosing correctly when it comes to men. Because you already know that the average nigga woman in the hood, because that's where the majority of these whores, nest. And you have some of them that try to branch out, but they still nigga. But that's where they nest. And this isn't, you know, some type of angry rant or anything. It's just an observation, you know, because we're not mad. Like, one thing I want to point out is that we're not angry or disgruntled black men. We're not we don't give a fuck about any of y'all. Any of you nigga women, we don't fucking care about you. Just want to get that out the way, because like, you got people that may try to say, you know, you hate black. No, we don't. We're indifferent towards you. Or, you know, a lot of us, I can't speak for all of us, but a lot of us, you know, in the truth are indifferent towards a nigga woman. You know, in this current, in your current state, you know, fuck you. Fuck, for the majority of you, fuck you. The sisters, completely different, but the scoffing whores, fuck y'all. You know, we're indifferent towards the majority of y'all. You know, a lot of us, I can't speak for all of us, but a lot of us. I just want to get that out of the way, because it's not some type of angry rant. You know, once again, just observation where things are going, because the scriptures told us about this, about how I'm going to go into it. There's going to come a time where the majority of you women are going to be left out on your ass, especially when it comes, and you see that now, because there's another video with this nigga woman who I think there's some Israelites mowing a lawn next to her, and they were blowing like leaves and debris on her car. So she got out the car, you know, confronted them. She got a bat and confronted them. And there's a Jake in the car, you know, sitting. He wasn't doing shit, and, you know, she got upset. And, you know, once again, you have a lot of these women say, you know, they're strong and independent. They don't need any man. But what a lot of you whores who like to believe in that don't understand is that, well, for one, black men are the only men, or the last men on the earth. Well, the only men on the earth really who's going to deal with your bullshit. That's number one. And number two, y'all chose to turn your back on so-called black men, and black men responded by turning their back on you. So, you know, that's another thing. Y'all walked away first, and now they're surprised that black men no longer want to deal with them. And you'll see that in this video here. You know, with this chick, some shit was on the floor in a convenience store, and she picked it up, and she started talking shit about a couple other jakes that wouldn't pick it up. And as you see in the title, the nigga said, "Let's step out. We can handle this outside." And she's surprised that her mouth got her in trouble. And one of the things about women, they don't know how to shut the fuck up. But especially with the black woman, she really doesn't know how to shut the fuck up. And they don't understand about how there was a time on this earth in which if you would talk shit, you would have to physically back it the fuck up. And even before that time, there was a time where if you talk shit, they fucking kill you. Man or woman, they would fucking kill you if you talk shit. But fast forward, if you talk shit, you'd have to back it up. And they're surprised that when, you know, like the title said, the dude got enough of her. He got tired of her talking shit. He said, "Let's take this outside." We don't need to do none of that, because once again, you got a lot of black men that have been going through all types of hell dealing with black women, and they see how the majority of you aren't worth it. The vast majority of your fucking headaches. And Jake is starting to turn like the niggas in the hood, like, well, even niggas in the hood are starting to kind of figure that shit out. You know, you see niggas with Edomite women and the women of the races and shit. But you still got a lot of Jake who all they know is the black woman. You know, they don't know nothing about etiquette. All they know is taking it to a fucking fried chicken place, and that's all they know. But once again, you do see that that changing of mind. But all of this is real, and like this whole strong independent woman thing, because like they think that, you know, student loans, they got money, they got this, they got that, they got all these things, they have more houses, that, you know, they're more educated. Well, technically they're not, they're still fucking idiots. They just have a degree, but they have education, which doesn't equal intelligence or skill, by the way. But they have degrees, shall I say? They have cars. They have they're buying more houses than men. You know, they're buying more newer, more expensive cars than men. Well, we all know how some of these women are getting that money. A lot of them are getting that money. But for those of them that have degrees that think themselves to be special and high and mighty, they get, you know, what results in what happens when you buy a house, when you buy a car? Most likely you're going to finance it. You're going to get in debt for it. So, and you have a lot of women that are getting in debt, not paying it back or whatever. But they'll say that they're more successful than men because they have more houses, they have more this, they have more that. Which once again, they have more debt as well, more student loan debt. It doesn't matter how many houses you have, how many cars you have, if you're in fucking debt. Now, there's a way to utilize debt to your advantage, but they don't do that. Majority of them don't do that. So it doesn't really matter, you know, how so-called successful they are, because they're long term, they're in fucking debt. So that cancels out all that fucking success that they have. Because ultimately they're going to look for a man to pay that shit off, because they're not going to do it themselves. Majority of them aren't going to fucking do it themselves. But why I mention this? Because they're pushing themselves up shit's fucking creek without a paddle, without any support, without any help, because they think they have these things. They're strong and independent. They don't need a black man. They push away like we did, you know? It's representative of how we push away the Lord. But they pushed away the only men on this planet who will deal with their bullshit. Because they shape up for other races of men. But they look down on black man. Why? Because the current state that they're in, and the current state, how black men in general don't have any power in the earth. But we know what the funny thing about that is the fact that they look down on the very same men that they raise. Once again, YNs, dreadhead, all these little loser punk simp niggas, they look down on them, yet they were raised by black women. Then they wonder why these black men are faggots. They wonder why they're weak-minded. They wonder why they don't want to pay for anything help. It's because they've been raised by weak-minded nigger women. They haven't had any proper male role models in the house. And most of the niggas in jail were raised by single mothers. Hence that whole emotional crash out shit. You know, stupid fucking idiots who have no idea, who have no skills and no idea how to operate in life. Raised by, because most women don't know shit about life. Nigga women, especially in the hood, all they know is fucking government money, getting, you know, SNAP EBT benefits. They don't know anything about changing the car battery, not even changing the fucking car battery, changing your oil, checking things out around you, basic things of life. You know, proper budgeting, investing. They don't know shit about any of that. And they raise these niggas to be just women with dicks, as Apostle Racal said. That's all they are. They're not men, they're little boys. They're still, you know, mentally, emotionally little boys. Essentially women. But I bring that up because why? Because all these things they don't get that one of the reasons why you need a man is because what, women are extremely short fucking sighted, very short sighted. They only see the moment. They don't see what's coming down the pipe in the future. Hence why you have so many women scoffing against the Israelites, doing all types of crazy shit and not giving a fuck about what's going on in the future and what's going on in the world in general. Because I was watching this video and there's one guy that said how he's talking about dating and the whole social landscape and whatnot, and he mentioned how there were, you have guys that are trying to save the world. They're trying, not like no superhero shit, but like trying to get society back on track. He makes, and like, cause he talks about dating and whatnot. And, he talks about how you have guys that try to get women back on track and think that that's going to save everything. But he said, and it is true. He said that women don't give a fuck about society. They don't give a fuck about the world. They don't care if the shit burn. They don't fucking care, which once again, that short-sightedness. Because what? They need to operate in the world too. All they see is the right here and now. They don't see proverbially, Lord willing, that's not fucking true, 20 years down the line, or the very possible scenario of a grid down or nuclear war, and how that would affect people. They only see the now. They don't analyze past actions, how they led up to the current situation. And going into this, and once again, this goes double for the nigga woman. Because all she wants is pleasure. She that live in pleasure is dead while she living. Spirit, like we already know, women are in no fact spiritual at all. Most of them. That tarot card, that candle, none of that bullshit work. That's not, knowledge of wickedness is not wisdom. Not all that. What the hell? Micah 7:10. Then she that is mine enemy shall see it, and shame shall cover her, which said unto me, where is Lord thy power? Mine eyes shall behold her, now shall she be trodden down in the miry streets. And I was gearing all that toward Jacob's trouble. Them not having any type of foresight towards Jacob's trouble, not being able to look towards the future of what, not being able to tally all these things up. Because once again, the nigga woman is pushed away the only man on this planet that will deal with her bullshit. No other man to deal with that shit, which is why they shape up when they get around them. Which is why they fall in fucking line when they get around them. But they look down on black men because he may not have money, he may not have prestige, he may not have skill. Or they may have one of those things or a few of those things, and maybe not one or the other. He may not be the best dressed or the best, what's the correct word? The best, he may not be well spoken. And they look down on them because, hey, they have degrees, they went to school, they have all these things, but you don't have these things. But, like, you can get a fucking trade, or you can start your own business, make a ton more money than some fucker working in the office 50, 60 grand a year. Getting in fucking debt, pissing all that away. But they don't see the future, or they don't see prophecy. And once again, they're pushing away the only man on this planet that will deal with their bullshit, that will put up with that, which is the Israelite man, so-called black man. And they, like I said earlier, that's starting to turn around. But black men is starting to not give a fuck about you nigga women. And the majority of you are going to be asked, and y'all don't understand, because like what, vast majority of these nigga women can't, like, they don't have any like, you can learn how to fight, sure, you still gonna get your ass whooped, because y'all ain't built for fucking war. Y'all not built for a battle. Y'all not built for the nigga next door who been spying you out for the past 8 years, watch you walk to and fro in them tight ass pants, to swing through your fucking window, Georgia the jungle your ass, and pummel you. Y'all ain't ready for that. Y'all ain't ready to see a nigga get fucking cut open from stem to sternum right in front of you. Y'all, like, this is why you need a man. Y'all just aren't it. Y'all are not fucking it. Y'all are an ornament on a man's arm. Y'all are not it. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with being a servant. Nothing wrong with being a servant. Y'all think it's some type of slavery type shit when y'all just getting your ass handed to you left and right. It's not that. That's you got, I guess you could say you got different variations of a servant, right? Because like serving going to slavery, but with the way how we're to be treating our wives and within our culture, it's not just you just getting your ass handed to you. And even if you want to go into like these different heathen kingdoms and like it really like it's not like that really even in heathen kingdoms. Like obviously they're fucking off, but like you had kings that have women living in fucking like lavish living conditions and shit. And when you go into how Jake when Jake thinks, because like that's another thing. Jake is a fucking simp. A lot of Jakes are simps. So what? They're gonna give the nigga woman whatever she fucking want to the best of their ability. And there was this one guy I was watching on YouTube a couple years ago. He bought this house for this chick. She was a Jake chick. He bust his ass and she didn't do shit. He came home and found her one day getting fucked by a midget in his bed, in his master bedroom. But he bust his ass for her. And a lot of men go through that. A lot of men bust their ass for women and then they get fucked over. And then they wonder why were all the good men. Like a king is going to treat the women that are on his side well. And those men that you women put, like, because like there's a lot of decent dudes that will treat the women that they deal with well. But those are the guys that black women put by, and then they go fuck around with other niggas, and they wonder why they getting their ass handed to them in the domestic domestic violence dispute. But all of that shit is going to tally up, and it's going to come back to bite you in your ass. Because there's no longer that urgency when it comes to like helping black women for the majority of for the most part, when it comes to like their interactions with black men and whatnot. Because I'm starting to see more and more black men. There's Israelites and then there's niggas and black men, right? That's why I say that. Yeah, we already know how we conduct ourselves, but that urgency to assist black men, assisting black women or being with black women, it's waning. But ultimately, what I'm going into is that this scripture right here, I'm going to read one more time. This is going to be it. Micah 7:10, that she is not mine enemy shall see it, and shame shall cover her, which said unto me, where is the Lord thy power? Mine eyes shall behold her, now shall she be trodden down like the mire in the streets. And then Jake, all this shit that you nigga women have wrought, it's gonna come home. Chickens are gonna come home to roost, and ultimately, it's going to be your ass in the end, because it's gonna come down to you needing a man, and that's not gonna fucking happen. You're not gonna get the protection that you need even now. Which is why a lot of them turn to selling what's between their legs, because they can't get a man to see enough worth in them to actually deal with them. They'll have dudes that can fuck them, but not give them a relationship because they're not worth it. And then they wonder why black men don't want to marry them, don't want to do it. Like even when you go into like the whole Kevin Samuels thing, right? That exposed how a lot of black women think. The interaction that he had with black women on this site, on his YouTube and whatnot. They're unrealistic, and a lot of them are fucking stupid, despite the degree, and they're assholes. But like the elder said in this video, they know the importance of order. Cause like what if you don't want to come under the man's just like with us, right? If you don't want to come as a nation, we don't want to come under the guidance of Yahweh Shema Shai, then there's no protection. There's no protection without control. If you can't be controlled, then you can't fucking be protected. Because in order to protect you, you need to be fucking controlled, but they don't want to do that. So like what? You get kicked out. Fuck you. They like, once again, just like what the guy said, he didn't see that as a black woman. He saw that as his enemy. He said, you talking shit, we can step the fuck outside. I'll whoop your ass and keep it fucking moving. He didn't see that as his sister, as his queen. That nigga saw an enemy when he looked at the black woman. And once again, this is a part of what the majority of you black women have wrought by hot girl summer, by thinking you don't need a man. But then you wonder why these dudes don't give a fuck about you, while they'll have no problem stepping outside and throwing your ass through a fucking window and keeping it moving. Why they don't look at you as women. They look at you as fucking objects. Now, granted, that's your position. But you're not, that's probably a bad way to put that. But they have no respect for you. You know, let me just say that. They don't look at you as somebody that should be protected. They look at you as a fucking enemy. And that's only going to increase with your bad behavior. Because apparently y'all want to be equal. And y'all are on equal footing. Y'all are equal now, so you get treated equally. But it was just an observation, you know, because like that and when I saw the video, I immediately thought of Jacob's Trouble, because they wonder why men don't help them. Why men don't help them? You know, why? Why is this? Well, they're going to be wondering the same thing, and even worse in Jacob's Trouble. Why? Because all of your actions collectively have led to this, to men literally turning their fucking back, and especially the men of the Lord. 144,000% for the men of the Lord. A lot of you whores are going to get backs fucking turned on you, and you're going to be y'all don't, once again, they're not capable of using proper foresight. Y'all don't fucking get how weak and powerless you truly are. It doesn't matter how big you are. Niggas can hold you. These damn dry incel niggas, boy, they got, you know, they just been seething. They got strength built up. You know, all these jail niggas. Y'all motherfuckers don't understand. There's a lot of niggas that are literally waiting for this shit to happen, so they can either get revenge or get some fun. And the primary prey of Jacob's Trouble is going to be women. The majority of the people that are going to be killed during Jacob's Trouble, the collapse of the economy is going to be women, because there's more women than men. A lot of y'all talk shit and get away with it. A lot of y'all get people fired. Get bullshit thrown on, fuck up their reputation. All types of shit going on, and y'all just get away with it. Taking dudes to fucking court for no reason at all, doing all types of schemes to keep him from his children, and then go to the court and say that he's not seeing his children, and then you get away with it. A lot of niggas in the back are in a cut waiting, and there's even more niggas that are in a cut that are just watching, that are just gonna be like, hey, I'm not about to throw my hat in that y'all can have that. That's not gonna be helping you. That's not gonna be doing shit. And you see the beginnings of that now with with instances like this, which are increasing. But what was that fun? So all praise the Lord, how about Shema Shabbat. But you know, the end game for America, what destruction of America, Jacob's Trouble. That's the big thing. You know, the kingdom of, you know, what shouldn't even have to be said. But the whole thing with all this, all of this is going to roll into Jacob's trouble and culminate to nuclear destruction. And y'all don't get how assed out y'all going to be. You're truly going to be. And y'all turned away because, like, what? Y'all can't go to the Heavenly Father yourselves. You know what? You go, like, there's a, you know, if a woman puts forth a prayer, her man has a power to veto that motherfucker. You know, obviously you have different instances where the Lord has dealt with women within the truth, or within our history. But when you go into that, there were like fucking for the lack of a better word, for like strained specific circumstances, there's specific things that's going on. He can deal with anybody, a heathen, a woman, a man. He primarily deals with his men. But there were different, situations, circumstances where he dealt, with women here and there. But it hasn't been the norm. It hasn't been like a normal thing. But you need a man to go to the Lord. Now, once again, the Lord can deal with women. I'm not saying he isn't. He doesn't, because he has. But the norm is for him to give a man of the Lord, to give her to a man of the Lord. And that's your protection. The man is your protection. That's the norm. But majority of women aren't even going to have a man in the world to protect. Now, he's not going to do shit either. But that just goes to show you're not going to have a man of the Lord, and not even going to have a man in the world to be a bullet shield for your ass. You are literally a sitting fucking duck, and y'all don't get it. But this is the culmination of your actions, of your beliefs, just like with that woman. She was talking shit, and she's surprised. You really going to be surprised during Jacob's trouble. But hope is finally all praises. And this is once again, this is the importance of of getting in proper order and proper line. Because when push really comes to shove, y'all can't fight. Most men can't fight. Now, at the very least, they can throw something here and there, but y'all can't handle yourselves in the fucking life or death battle where somebody seeks to take your life from you. Y'all aren't capable of handling that shit. Y'all may be able to handle childbirth, but you can't handle a nigga covering over you with a knife, waiting, drooling at the mouth, waiting to see the light leave your eyes. Y'all can't handle that. Scripture talk about how the man of the Lord is going to be a covert from the wind, a protection. But hope is that say all praises, glory, and honor. How about Shema Shah, by Shem Kakadash, the Bronze Elders, Pause and Teacher, at Milson, Prolong, True, Shawan, to hope like Israel, instruction, bound on Great America.